All right. You ready to go? I'm ready. Ready? Let's go.
Oh, jeez. Are you starting to feel like I am, where you're hoping that there's a save point up soon?
Yeah. Although we haven't gotten that far into this area, we have been doing this session for a bit.
I feel like we haven't...
Did that do 0?
Yeah, it did 0.
Okay, there's some gimmick to that I don't realize. Sunbird. Have we seen this?
I don't think we have yet,
Yeah,
but it's
that's
probably one of the stock animations and all fairness. Oh, no, that's new.
Nope, it's
I don't know what that is.
That's the mortal enemy of our Cube Lord. He is the Dodge Burn Orb Master.
Jesus. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't use Forbidden Temptation, because that seemed to do 0 damage the last
To this
time.
thing.
Yeah. Well, I
but
mean,
it's in the area
to
of
this
effect
thing.
attack.
Like, I meant to this thing. I could be wrong, but I've noticed that a lot of area of effect attacks have a very bad chance of, like, missing or hitting 0.
Well, it hasn't been a problem for me that much. It's just like right now.
I'm wondering if maybe they have lower accuracy naturally, though.
Maybe. I think some of them also are like, oh, there's a chance to do a status effect. And if it does, then maybe it doesn't do the damage. Or I don't know.
I think if it was Diggles and...
that wasn't worth it. I don't know what that is, but I didn't need it.
I feel like if it was Diggles and you got a static effect, that would be like a fancy way of saying that you got, like, stunned or something.
Yeah. Yeah, if someone wanted to use that idea.
So there's an alleyway there, but I don't think that that's the right
alleyway.
alleyway.
Yeah, I think that just goes down to nothing. I think I just need to go past Grandpa. But I wanted that chest, but then it became It escalated into some bullshit.
This has turned all into the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
You got these hat ghosts fighting ladies made of plants, and there's a dinosaur in the corner.
I'll bet there's people in those buildings looking out those windows and being like, what the fuck? What just happened? And then, like, 3 years from now, they all get sucked into the digital world, etc.
I should hope not.
That's how it works.
This digital world seems awful.
Yeah, a little bit.
In comparison to, like, all of the other series for digital worlds, this one does not feel like a good digital world.
Okay, so I don't think it's not a good digital world. Like, what we've seen of it is just
Can
been
you
through
not
this
just
game.
go to the left down there? Is that
I
not an
don't think
option?
so, but I want to go past Grandpa.
Oh.
And he was all the way over there.
Oh, God.
But anyways, I don't think that this is necessarily a bad digital world. Like, what we've seen of it has been through this game, and this game's levels are very kind of just budget. But, I'm assuming from what I've seen, we still haven't seen this anime, but, it just is a post-contact digital world. In every series that we've actually done, there's only ever been, like, a few random kids running around. Except in the epilogue of the second series, which isn't really extensively going into that, so whatever. But it's like, oh, well, this is this untapped wilderness, and everything here is so weird, and it's just me and these other kids, and we're going to have to survive in the wild. Those are interesting in one way, but the idea of a post-contact digital world that's got its own police force and has its own, like, relation to the real world, that could be interesting.
Here, by the way?
Maybe. Not during this B
obviously
grid.
Not. By the way, when you get out of this B grid, you should probably use a low encounter.
Yeah, I'm thinking it, because I've got them.
Yeah, and this area seems to have very high encounter rate, and you're just...
I'm going to tempt that man.
You're literally just, like, destroying these things in a single hit.
Throw him your boobies. There you go.
Oh, God. Oh,
boobies.
God. They're flat. Oh, God. It's like being hit with petals from roses.
But
they're made of flesh boobs.
He couldn't handle my temptations.
Okay, anyway.
This is turning into a different kind of game.
This is turning into a different kind of game. What was I even in the middle of saying?
Well, I had been in the middle of saying that this digital world has the potential to be interesting. You were saying to go down. And I did, and it looks like it's just... Yeah, in a parking lot. Like, someone just parked these chests here.
that car is completely untouched.
How do you justify these in the real world, by the way? Did the Diggles bring them with them and just drop them here?
Maybe when the digital world crosses over even a little bit, it, like, drags treasure chests into the real world. Yeah, it
spawns loot.
Yeah. No, what I was going to say is I have not seen... Like we keep saying, we haven't seen this season at all. I've seen a little bit of this season, like the tiniest little bit, and a lot of it was just like random episodes here and there. My understanding of this is that it is post-contact, It has nothing to do with the series around it. Like, none of the other series have anything to do with this one. But the idea is that the contact occurred at some point for some reason, and a government agency was formed in an attempt to basically keep this under wraps so no one knows what's going on.
Oh, so it's not,
it's a
I don't
secret
like
government agency.
I love the idea of taking settings from shows and stuff that it's like, oh, well, here's this beautiful secret world, and seeing what they'd be like post-contact.
No, it's not world contact, it's government contact.
Yeah, that's not as good.
Though, from what I recall, there are still occasional situations wherein Digimon will just blip over into the real world. They will meet people, and then they'll just hang out with people and stay, like, as friends. And then it's Dats's job to go out and tear those people in Digimon apart, and to shove the Diggles back into their own world, and to, in some cases...
recruit
like,
the kids?
No,
since they've already
throw the
gamers?
people into jail, usually.
Well, that's lame. But, like, I like the idea, and let me actually, like,
Yeah,
spin
go
this,
for it.
this imagery. Like, just, okay, well, the digital world is public knowledge for one reason or another, and you can go in and out of it. Just anyone, whoever. Like, first of all, the idea that anyone can just, like, go in and befriend and tame a Digimon changes a lot. Kind of turns the world into Pokemon, but not really. But also just, okay, like, does time still run differently there? Does distance run differently there? Can you use that for things? And it's like, oh, well, here's all these other little societies. Well, some of them are kind of humanoid and some of them aren't, but they're all mostly equally sentient. Like, there's just a lot of things you could do with that. It's like, oh, well, it doesn't even have to be a big thing. Like, that's part of what I like about Pokemon is that they put a lot of it, like, thought into the way it's integrated into their setting. So you'll get stuff like, oh, well, here's a woodcutter out in the woods, and traditionally they use Farfetch'd or whatever. Like, that would be great for a Digimon series. It's like, oh, well, here we are just in the real world, but oh, well, we go down to the burger place and they've got Burgermon behind the counter. It's like, yeah, like, just a world where that happens, and then maybe your plot is something like, I don't know, like someone from outside, like a different, deeper level of digital multiverse bullshit coming in and trying to, like, tear everyone apart or something. There's so many possibilities. I could go on for, well, right now I'm running out of ideas for this specific instance, but I could go on forever about just post-contact hidden worlds. Like, I almost constructed a whole economy for Fraggles in my head for what it would be like post the series. Fraggle Rock is amazing, and I've just got it mapped onto my head. Like, oh, well, these giant guys can totally just, like, start, like, trading with the humans, and then the Fraggles are the in-between. They've got, like, this perfect trade port sort of, like, position. I don't know. Someone can ask me about that in more detail if they want. But, like, just post-contact worlds are just a great idea. In terms of, like, oh, well, what would happen? How would it change the way our setting works? And I think that would be a good digital world. If that's not what's going on here, though, well, fuck it.
I have trouble actually following some of the games for Digimon, because there is a point, and this is really confusing because I haven't played all the games in between, so I don't know how it goes. There's two different things. There's Digimon World and Digimon Story, right?
Okay.
Digimon Story in the US is usually localized as Digimon World, so you can't really tell which one's which. So as an example, like Cyber Sleuth, for instance, is a game that I believe is Digimon Story, if I'm not mistaken. And sometimes with the continuity of Digimon World, it will carry over. So certain Digimon World games will totally be touching. And certain Digimon Story games also will totally be touching.
Is that like how technically the Digimon World 1 setting is the island from Adventure?
I don't think they're actually.
Island, right?
I don't think they're actually the same. No.
Like, it's not technically, like, purely the same canon.
I'm not 100%. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. It could be, because I do know that there are certain things that are correct,
I'm gonna
and
attempt
people will point
men.
it out. Okay. Yeah.
In a second, she's taking her time.
Yeah. There's a little bit of slowdown in there.
All right. Ready to go? I'm ready. Ready? Let's go.